Um, Here you go. You want to talk about emotion? Let's
Oh boy,
let's talk about child labor.
what about it? I've been a slave since I remember.
So I so there's a thing like with big tech companies and shoe companies, clothing companies, Nike, Apple, all of them
Yeah,
hiring underage workers.
yeah, like sweatshops.
Right. So is it bad to hire underage people, or is it bad that they're
It's bad to treat them like shit.
right? So what's the problem with somebody working that's 10
I don't got a problem.
if they're working in good conditions, they're learning a skill. Why is that bad? I don't. So that's something that I don't understand.
See, now you're talking about skill.
Right.
Now, what little kid, what are you learning as a child putting together sneakers?
Learning how to machine operation and I don't know tactile skills with your hands, and I'm just coming up with shit right now. I don't.
Oh, I know. I'm just thinking like I really don't think that there is a skill that can be translated into another job being learned there. That's why I don't think that it's really worth it to have a child be in harsh conditions and not be learning something that will be good for their own future. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but then you also have to think about the culture that they live in and what is their future going to be if they're not working for in one of these big factories. What else are they going to be
Yeah,
doing?
probably just scrounge like searching for food somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not gonna have a job. But this is just like more like third world, second world countries that we're talking here.
Right,
Um,
exactly. And there's just
but like it's hard for us to be able to put like ourselves like in that state because obviously we're in America. But like I'm trying to think like what like like what other jobs do you think they could other than like making something by hand?
oh well,
I don't know.
I mean farmers they could work in the city somewhere as like food stand people. I don't know, but I'm just the point is who are we to say that they can't work? We we should like as Americans, who are we to judge who is able to work based on their age?
We should. I mean, I don't know why we have our hand in so many different pots, but like why do we care so much? Why do we always have to be the big good brother who's just gonna look out for everybody else? Like we've got our own problems. I think that there's like you got they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and it's not like we're there all the time to be able to police that unless we're gonna start sending over American citizens to like search through these fucking factories and just yank out all the kids like really like yeah, you can tell somebody to do something over and over again something's wrong, but our cultures are completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's hard to force like our own uh ideals and thoughts and how things should be run. It's hard to put that on somebody who lives a completely different life.
Right. That's why, like I was saying, I think that we should focus on the working conditions. I mean, they shouldn't have to work, you know, 16 hours a day every day,
Yeah,
and they have suicide nets outside of the buildings to stop people from jumping out of the windows to kill themselves. You know
get
that.
paid pennies on a dollar.
Right. And I do think that they pay them like a living wage in their own currency. I believe it's a living wage, but to us, like it's only like $2 or $3 American an hour. But
Yeah.
to somebody living in those countries, that's a living wage. Um,
We also consider minimum wage a living wage, and if I weren't in the position I'm in, and I had a minimum wage job, and I had to pay to house myself, and I had to pay for food, minimum wage here is not a livable wage.
Right, which is a big thing in politics right now, is trying to
Mm.
raise the minimum wage to a quote unquote living wage.
That's even scary too because you raise the minimum wage, then everything's gonna be expensive.
I don't think so. I think that's an argument that people pose, but
Yeah,
I don't think that's real.
I feel like it changes the bottom line for companies though, because they have to pay now their employee base. However, like, what's the minimum wage now for like Illinois? Like, is I feel like it's still like 8.25, something stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 9.25. I don't know. Don't go out in the comments and quote me on that because I'm saying I don't know. But I'm just saying that's like I just feel like if it went up like that $6 or whatever to get to 15 an hour,
Mhm.
that would be really good for a lot of people. But I feel like it would change the bottom lines for a lot of companies, and especially like I feel like that'd get rid of more like mom and pop like shops, like smaller businesses. Like yeah, McDonald's, you can fucking afford to pay everybody $15 an hour. Come on,
Right. The
but like
huge multinational corporations can afford that.
yes, but like small businesses and things like that, like I really like going to mudslingers, like the bike shop. Like I doubt that they would be able to hire anybody like on the books. Be able to hire
Mhm. Mhm. So, okay, so you think that if the minimum wage is raised, a small business would have to either trim down the amount of employees they
someone
have,
or raise their prices
raise their
to a point
prices,
where people aren't going to want to pay, and then they're just going to end up out of business.
or what if they find some kind of workaround, like they pay somebody, or they limit people's hours, maybe. I don't know, or they just, like you said, hire somebody under the table.
Hmm. I don't know. That's it's like we've done, we've worked like not like office jobs or anything, but we've done side
Right.
jobs forever. And like I saw this topic and I was just like I really don't like it was nice as a young person being paid to do something because you had some money in your pocket, but it also sucked because like I think when I worked at Ace Hardware, I got hired before I was 18, and so I got paid like $6 an hour, which is less than minimum wage, just because the dude was being cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know. I think that if the kid wants to work, you should be able to. Like paper routes, like do shit like that, like that. If that came back, like I think that would be like a good thing, honestly, because it gets people actually moving and not like sitting in their cars. But then you gotta hire more people to go out, and give all the mail and things like that. But I don't know. I think that there definitely should be jobs where kids can get that and have the potential to learn something new,
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's like a trade. But working in a sweatshop, I don't think you're really learning a skill there.
Right. That's why I think instead of child labor, we should try to move towards like apprenticeships, so that you're getting paid because you're doing something, you're learning as well, and you can take those skills moving forward in the rest of your life.